Hey there, it's Simon Hurley from Inkclips and welcome to another video. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Now today I'm going to be sharing a card project that you all created. So recently over on Instagram, people have been posting polls with their stories, giving two different options for their followers to choose, and whichever one gets chosen, they would have to do. So I thought I would bring this over to the card making and crafting world and have you all join me with a card making journey and create a fun card based on all of your things that you chose for my project. Now usually around my house we have a little voting game during every card making session as well, because I can never make up my mind with different colors of cardstocks and inks and things like that and which one looks better. So having you all vote on it was super awesome and lots of fun to be inspired by all of the products that you wanted, and it made my decisions just a little bit easier to put it all together in one card. So without further ado, the moment you've all been waiting for, let's get started. Okay, so the rules of the game are pretty simple. Throughout the night, as I'm creating my crafty project, I'm going to post pictures of two different stamps, two different inks, and coloring mediums, and things like that, and you all are going to vote on each one and choose which one you like the best. I'm not going to reveal the whole project to you at once. However, I'll show you little bits and pieces of what the card kind of will look like so that you can get an idea and choose wisely. And you'll get to see the card on Friday on the Hero Arts blog and my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's start off with voting on our main image. Do you guys want to see a card made with these awesome butterflies or with this little puppy? Let me know what you guys think. Okay, so out of that poll with the two stamp sets, 55% of you guys chose the headline message's little puppy, and I'm super excited to color him in with some watercolors. So I'll stamp the little dog down onto some watercolor cardstock using some Hero Arts black ink. So this is a waterproof ink and it won't bleed when we watercolor it in, which is really nice. So I'm going to pull out my Gansai Tambi watercolors. I haven't used these in a long time, but you can see they're pretty well loved. It was one of my first sets of watercolor. So I'm going to pull in these two brown colors here, a lighter kind of chocolate brown and then a little bit of a darker brown here too. So I'll start adding my color down, and I'm just going to do a light wash of color here with my water brush, and I'm just pulling in a lot of that lighter color there. So once I kind of have a base layer of color down, I like to go in and add my depth and shadows to the image. I'm usually not too particular about this, but I like when these images have little lines on it. So like this little dog has a couple little lines imitating kind of fur on there, and I add a little bit of darker color or shadow with my watercolors there, because that just gives the image a little bit more dimension to it. And I'll also add it along its legs or where any kind of body parts meet, so where anything overlaps each other. So I'll keep watering that out with my little water brush here, and then I'll kind of blend the color down to nothing. So if I need any color removed there to make it a little bit lighter, I'll touch the brush with no ink on it onto my surface so that it picks up a little bit of that color. And I'll go in and color the tail and the head the exact same way. So I wanted to make the shadows a little bit more contrasting and add a little bit of a darker color. So I added just a touch of this darker brown in here. I didn't want to add too much to muddy it up, but I just wanted the color to be just a tiny bit darker. So once I've done that, I'm going to take my image here and I'm going to just quickly watercolor that newspaper in. So I added a little bit of gray to it to make it look kind of off-white, and then added a little bit of blue, and you'll see how that ties in later. So I'll watercolor that little image on the newspaper blue color. And then I'll go in and take my scissors and just fussy cut this out. I left a little bit of a white border around it so that it will stand out from the background we create in just a little bit. So here's a closer look at that adorable little puppy, and I think watercolor was the perfect medium to color it in, and I'm glad you guys chose this set. Okay, so it's time for the second vote. What kind of background stamp do you guys want to use? Do you want a newsprint background, or do you want these fun little scribbles here? Let me know what you guys think. Oh, and based on the background you just voted for, let me know which color combination you like better. We're going to be doing some inked blending. So for that vote, 52% of you guys voted for the scribbles, and for the purple, blue, and green ink pad, 71% of you guys voted. So I'm going to start off by taking this large stamp and flipping it over and inking it up with a clear sticky ink for embossing. So I'll ink that whole stamp up really nicely so I can get a great impression. And I'll take the piece of a white cardstock and I'll flip it over onto the stamp. So this will give me a great impression, and I'll just press on the stamp on that whole background to make sure I get a full image. So once I've peeled that off, I'm going to go into my embossing powder and sprinkle some clear embossing powder over top of the background. And this is going to act as a resist when we apply our ink in just a little bit. So I'll apply that embossing powder to the whole background. I'll make sure my heat tool is nice and hot, and I'll heat up that embossing powder. And you just want to heat it enough until it's nice and clear so it resists that ink later. You don't want to heat it too much so it burns. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with this Ombré ink pad and I'm going to do some ink blending. And I like this because it's got those 3 colors in it, so it's super versatile for stamping, but I also like it because you can use those 3 colors in ink blending separately. So I'm taking that purple sponge there and just kind of rotating my sponge into the ink to get that color on, and then I'll closely go into that background and really lightly start blending my color. Now you'll see that I'm kind of doing it in the center here, but to make sure that I don't get any dark marks, I'm really lightly blending out that color. Now since that blue ink pad is in the center, I'm just rotating my ink blending tool to make sure that it's all nice and covered with ink here. That way I'm not getting both of the other colors, but I'm able to get the versatility of that center color. So if you guys have these ombre ink pads, I really like that it already gives you that fun color combo that goes nicely, and you just need to apply it to your surface of the cardstock. So I'll go in with my last color, which is that green here, and I'll blend that out as well. And I kept those outside edges white. I just wanted this solid inside here for that little dog to sit on. So after I'm done with that, you'll notice a little bit of ink kind of muddied up that embossing powder, but since it's got that resisted kind of plastic feel to it, I can easily just wipe right over top and it cleans off that embossing powder like new. Now I'm going to be completely honest, this isn't something I would have chosen, but I love the results, so sometimes having a second opinion is awesome. Okay, are you guys ready? So here is a peek at the project I've created with what you guys had voted for, and I'm having lots of fun and I'm super excited with the results, but now I'm ready to finish off the card with a sentiment and some embellishments, so we need to vote. Okay, so I love the set you guys chose. It has lots of fun news-related sentiments to go along with the dog. So we're going to focus on the "this just in," and then you could either choose "you're the best" or "I love you" to go along with it. So let me know. In about 20 minutes, I'll put it on the... So 89% of you guys voted for the "this just in, you're the best" sentiment. So I'll add those two together onto an acrylic block, and I'll use my clear embossing ink again to stamp onto a piece of black cardstock. So this will just be a nice contrast from the background here. So I'll stamp that down onto the surface. I'll add white embossing powder and heat set it until it's nice and crisp and opaque. And then I'll cut that into a smaller strip and add that onto my card using some foam tape. So I popped that little puppy right up over top of it and this on some foam tape to add to my background as a nice contrasting sentiment. Okay, so for the card base, you can either choose between craft or white. I wanted to keep it pretty simple, and I definitely know which one I would choose, but I can't wait to see which one you guys pick. Okay, so I think this is going to be the last question, and all I need to know is which sequin mix you like better for this card. We don't have to use the seashells or the butterflies, because they don't quite go along, but I'm wondering which colors you like better. So to finish off this background, I'm going to take it and put it in my mini trimmer and chop off a little bit off of each edge. That way we have a nice little border when we mount it onto our card base, and it makes it look just a little bit more finished of a card. And by the way, 56 of you guys voted for that white card base, so we added it onto there, and I think that was really nice to finish it off with no extra color there, just keeping it simple with the white base. Now I usually don't add a ton of sequins to my cards, but since today was the day to step out of my comfort zone, 71% of you guys voted for this blue and clear sequins, so I planned out where I wanted them, and then I'll lift them up, add a little bit of adhesive underneath, and then set them back down onto my card. So by planning all this out, I make sure that I love how it looks before I add all these sequins on, and I liked the little result of having them in a little triangle with clusters on the card, so it brings your eye into the center. So here is the finished card once it's all complete. Having your guys' opinion was awesome, and I think I might do this again because I love how the card turned out in the end. Thanks so much. So what did you guys think? I hope you really enjoyed that video as much as I loved creating it. I love kind of doing things a little bit out of the ordinary from regular tutorials sometimes, and that was a lot of fun to have all of your input on the card that I created. So if you enjoyed this video and liked the card, give it a big thumbs up. And also, if you want to see more videos like this and crafting tutorials, be sure to click that little subscribe button down below and the little bell icon next to it to make sure you get all my notifications. I really enjoyed having you all with me today, and I'll see you very soon for another card making and crafting video. Bye!